G'day legends and welcome to our channel. I'm stoked you're here. Today we're diving deep into a topic many of you have asked about. The top 10 exercises for building bigger, stronger biceps. We're talking about crafting those well-defined arms that not only look fantastic but also help you in your everyday life and other training. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey, trying to find that beginner-friendly routine, or you're a seasoned lifter looking to break through a plateau and add some new firepower to your arm workouts, these exercises are absolute game changers. We've got something for everyone, so grab your water bottle and let's get ready to work those guns. Now, building impressive biceps isn't just about aesthetics, though let's be honest, who doesn't appreciate a good pair of well-developed arms? It's also about functional strength, balance in your physique, and the confidence that comes with feeling strong and capable. These muscles play a crucial role in pulling movements, whether you're lifting groceries, your kids, or smashing a new personal best in the gym. We're going to cover exercises that hit the biceps from all angles, ensuring comprehensive development. Remember, it's about training smart, focusing on quality movement, and really connecting with the muscles you're working. So, get ready to take some notes because we're about to unleash the ultimate bicep building blueprint. We'll break down each exercise focusing on proper form, which is absolutely key, believe me, how to execute them effectively, and some pro tips to maximize your gains. We're aiming for that satisfying pump and long-term growth. Stick with us through this entire video and you'll walk away with a rock-solid plan to sculpt the biceps you've always wanted. Let's get into it, team. Alright, kicking things off with an absolute classic, the barbell curl. This is often hailed as the king of bicep exercises, and for good reason, mate. It's a foundational mass builder that primarily targets the entire biceps brachii, that big muscle on the front of your upper arm that gives you that impressive peak. Because you're using a barbell, you can typically lift heavier weight compared to other bicep exercises, which is fantastic for stimulating muscle growth and overall strength development. It allows both arms to work together, ensuring a balanced load. It's a staple in almost every serious lifter's arm routine. To set up for the barbell curl, stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart, ensuring a stable base. Your knees should have a slight bend, never locked out, to protect your joints and help maintain balance. Grip the barbell with an underhand grip, palms facing upwards, about shoulder-width apart. A common mistake is gripping too wide or too narrow, which can shift emphasis or strain your wrists. Let the barbell hang at arm's length in front of your thighs. Keep your chest up, shoulders pulled back and down, and engage your core. This posture is crucial to isolate the biceps and prevent your back from taking over. Now for the movement itself. Keeping your elbows pinned to your sides and stationary throughout the entire lift, exhale and curl the barbell upwards towards your shoulders. Focus on squeezing your biceps hard, especially at the top of the movement. The bar should travel in an arc. Avoid swinging your body or using momentum to lift the weight. This is all about controlled effort from the biceps. Imagine your elbows are like hinges on a door. They stay in one place while the door, your forearm, swings. Lift the bar until your biceps are fully contracted and the bar is at about shoulder height. Once you've reached the top and given those biceps a good squeeze, it's time for the eccentric phase, lowering the weight. Inhale and slowly lower the barbell back to the starting position, maintaining control throughout the descent. Don't just let it drop, resist the weight on the way down. This eccentric portion is just as important, if not more so, for muscle growth and strength. Aim for a controlled tempo, perhaps 1 to 2 seconds on the way up, a good squeeze at the top, and then 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. A full range of motion is key here. Common pitfalls to watch out for with the barbell curl include using too much weight, which leads to that dreaded body swing, or using your shoulders and back. Remember, form over ego, always. Keep those elbows tucked and stable. Don't let them drift forward or flare out. Focus on that mind-muscle connection, really feeling the biceps do the work. You can vary your grip width slightly to hit different parts of the bicep, but a standard shoulder-width grip is a great starting point for overall development. This exercise is a powerhouse for building that solid bicep foundation. Next up we have the dumbbell supinated curl. This exercise is a fantastic way to really hone in on the contraction and build that coveted bicep peak. The supination part is key here. It refers to the outward rotation of your forearm, turning your palm upwards as you curl. This action specifically engages the biceps brachii, particularly the short head, which contributes significantly to the height or peak of your bicep. You can perform these alternating one arm at a time or simultaneously with both arms, depending on your preference and goals. To get started, you can do these standing or seated. If standing, adopt a similar stance to the barbell, curl feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, core engaged. If seated, sit tall on a bench with your back straight and feet firmly on the floor. Hold a dumbbell in each hand, letting them hang by your sides with your palms initially facing your body, a neutral grip, or slightly forward. This starting position allows for the full supinating motion during the curl, which is where the magic happens for bicep activation. As you begin the curl with one arm, if alternating, or both, if simultaneous, start to rotate your wrist outward so that your palm faces upwards, supination. Think about turning your pinky finger towards the ceiling as you curl the dumbbell towards your shoulder. Keep your elbow tucked in close to your torso and stationary throughout the movement. Avoid letting it drift forward or using momentum. Focus entirely on isolating the bicep muscle. Curl the weight up until your bicep is fully contracted and the dumbbell is near your shoulder. Really squeeze at the top for a second or two. The descent is just as crucial. Slowly lower the dumbbell back to the starting position, controlling the movement all the way down. As you lower the weight, you can reverse the supination, returning your palm to a neutral or a slightly inward-facing position if you started that way, or maintain supination throughout. The key is control and maintaining tension on the bicep. If you're alternating arms, begin the curl with the other arm as the first one is returning to the start. This alternating fashion can help you focus on each arm individually and maintain strict form. One of the great things about dumbbell curls is the freedom of movement they offer compared to a barbell, allowing for that crucial supination. Common mistakes include swinging the weights, not fully supinating, or letting the elbows flare out. Using dumbbells also helps identify and correct any strength imbalances between your arms. Focus on a full range of motion, a strong contraction at the top, and a controlled negative. This exercise, when done correctly, will carve out some serious detail and peak in your biceps. Now let's talk about the incline dumbbell curl. This is a brilliant exercise specifically designed to put a greater stretch on the long head of the biceps. The long head, which runs along the outer part of your bicep, contributes significantly to the overall size and fullness of the muscle. By performing curls on an incline bench, your arms hang behind your body, placing the bicep in a pre-stretched position. This increased stretch can lead to greater muscle fiber recruitment and, ultimately, more growth. It's a real intensifier. To set this one up, you'll need an incline bench, usually set at about a 45 to 60 degree angle. Sit back on the bench, ensuring your back and head are fully supported. Plant your feet firmly on the floor for stability. Hold a dumbbell in each hand, letting your arms hang straight down, perpendicular to the floor. Because of the incline, your arms will be slightly behind the plane of your body. Your palms should be facing forward, supinated grip, or facing each other, neutral grip, to supinate during the movement. This starting position is what creates that crucial stretch. With your elbows remaining relatively stationary and pointing towards the floor, curl the dumbbells up towards your shoulders. If you started with a neutral grip, supinate your wrists as you curl, turning your palms to face you at the top of the movement. Focus on squeezing your biceps hard at the peak contraction. Because of the incline, it's harder to cheat on this exercise, so you'll really feel the isolation in your biceps. Avoid letting your elbows drift too far forward. The goal is to maintain that stretch and focus the work on the biceps. Slowly lower the dumbbells back to the starting position, maintaining full control and feeling the stretch in your biceps all the way down. Don't let the weights just drop. The eccentric phase is vital here. Allow your arms to fully extend at the bottom to maximize the stretch on the long head. The key is to keep the movement smooth and deliberate, focusing on the quality of each repetition rather than just lifting heavy weight. Breathe out as you curl up, and breathe in as you lower the dumbbells. Common mistakes with the incline. Dumbbell curl includes setting the bench too upright, which reduces the stretch, or too low, which can strain the shoulders, or letting the elbows come excessively forward, turning it into more of a standard curl. Keep the movement strict. You might need to use lighter weights than you would for standard dumbbell curls, and that's perfectly fine. The emphasis here is on the stretch and isolation. This exercise is a fantastic addition to your routine for building that full, rounded bicep look. Chapter 4. Preacher Curl. Isolate for maximum impact. Alright team, let's move on to the preacher curl. This exercise is an absolute master of bicep isolation. By bracing your upper arms against a preacher bench pad, you effectively eliminate any assistance from your shoulders or back, forcing your biceps to do all the work. This makes it incredibly effective for targeting the short head of the biceps, which helps build that coveted peak and also for developing overall thickness. You can use an EZ bar, a straight bar, or even dumbbells for this one, offering some nice versatility. To perform the preacher curl, position yourself on a preacher curl bench. Adjust the seat height so that your armpits are just above the top edge of the pad when you're seated. Your upper arms from the elbow up to the shoulder should rest firmly and comfortably on the pad. If using an EZ bar, grip it with an underhand grip, usually on the angled portions that feel most comfortable for your wrists. If using dumbbells, you can work one arm at a time or both, depending on the bench design. Ensure your chest is also pressed against the pad for added stability. With your upper arms locked in place against the pad, slowly curl the weight upwards towards your shoulders. Focus entirely on contracting your biceps. Squeeze hard at the top of the movement, really feeling that peak contraction. Because your arms are supported, there's no room for cheating with body momentum here, so the focus is purely on the bicep. Keep your wrists straight or slightly flexed. Avoid letting them bend backwards, as this can cause strain. The movement should be smooth and controlled, driven solely by your bicep strength. Once you've reached the peak contraction, slowly lower the weight back down until your arms are almost fully extended, but not locked out. It's important to maintain tension on the biceps throughout the entire range of motion, especially during the eccentric lowering phase. Many people make the mistake of letting the weight drop too quickly, or hyperextending their elbows at the bottom, which can be risky. Control is paramount. Feel the stretch in your biceps as you lower the weight. A common error is not achieving a full range of motion, either by stopping short at the top, or not extending enough at the bottom. Another is lifting too heavy, which can lead to poor form or wrist strain. The preacher curl is about quality, not quantity of weight. Using an EZ bar can be more comfortable on the wrists for many people compared to a straight bar. If using dumbbells, you can experiment with different angles of supination to hit the muscles slightly differently. This exercise will give you an incredible pump and really help to sculpt those biceps. Chapter 5, Hammer Curl, Building Bicep Thickness and Forearms. Next on our list is the hammer curl. This variation is a fantastic exercise for building overall arm thickness because it targets not only the biceps brachii, especially the long head, but also heavily recruits the brachialis and brachioradialis muscles. The brachialis lies underneath the bicep, and developing it can actually push your bicep up, making it appear larger. The brachioradialis is a major muscle in your forearm, so hammer curls are also great for developing forearm size and grip strength. It's a real workhorse for beefing up your arms. To perform hammer curls, you can stand or sit. If standing, maintain that good athletic posture, feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, core engaged. Hold a dumbbell in each hand with a neutral grip, meaning your palms are facing your torso as if you were holding a hammer. Let the dumbbells hang by your sides with your arms fully extended. Keep your chest up and shoulders back. This neutral grip is what differentiates the hammer curl from traditional bicep curls and shifts the emphasis to the brachialis and brachioradialis. Keeping your elbows pinned to your sides and stationary, curl the dumbbells straight up towards your shoulders. Unlike a supinated curl, your palms remain facing each other throughout the entire movement. Focus on squeezing your biceps and forearms as you lift the weight. Avoid swinging your body or using momentum. The movement should be controlled, with the effort coming from your arm muscles. You can lift both dumbbells simultaneously or alternate arms. Alternating can often help maintain stricter form and focus. Once the dumbbells reach shoulder height, or your biceps are fully contracted, pause for a moment and then slowly lower the weights back to the starting position. Control the descent, resisting the pull of gravity. Don't just let the dumbbells drop. The eccentric phase is crucial for muscle growth, so make it count. Ensure you achieve a full range of motion, fully extending your arms at the bottom without locking out the elbow, to get a good stretch before starting the next repetition. A common mistake is allowing the elbows to drift forward or flare out, or turning it into a swinging motion. Another is supinating the wrists, which turns it into a regular bicep curl. Keep that neutral hammer grip throughout. You can also perform these across your body, curling one dumbbell towards the opposite shoulder, which can hit the muscles from a slightly different angle. Hammer curls are an excellent way to add serious mass to your arms and improve that rugged, powerful look. Chapter 6. Concentration Curl, Strict Form for Peak Isolation. Now for an exercise that truly lives up to its name, the concentration curl. This movement is all about strict form and intense isolation, focusing purely on the bicep, particularly the peak. By stabilizing your working arm against your inner thigh, you eliminate virtually all possibility of momentum or assistance from other muscle groups. This allows for an incredibly focused contraction, and is fantastic for really feeling that mind-muscle connection. It's a classic for a reason, often used as a finishing move to fully exhaust the biceps. To set up for the concentration curl, sit on the edge of a bench with your feet flat on the floor and your knees bent, legs spread wide enough to comfortably position your arm. Lean forward slightly from your hips, maintaining a straight back. Hold a dumbbell in one hand, rest the back of your working upper arm, your tricep area, against your inner thigh on the same side. Your arm should be hanging straight down, with the dumbbell just off the floor. Your non-working hand can rest on your other knee for support and balance. With your upper arm firmly braced against your thigh and remaining stationary, slowly curl the dumbbell up towards your shoulder. Focus entirely on contracting your bicep. Supinate your wrist as you curl, turning your palm to face your shoulder at the top of the movement for maximum bicep activation. Really squeeze that bicep hard at the peak contraction, holding it for a second or two. Because your arm is supported and isolated, you should feel an intense burn directly in the bicep muscle. Avoid any shrugging of the shoulder or movement of the upper arm. Once you've achieved that peak contraction, slowly lower the dumbbell back to the starting position with full control. Resist the weight on the way down, don't just let it fall. Fully extend your arm at the bottom, feeling a good stretch in the bicep before initiating the next rep. The tempo should be deliberate, perhaps a 1 to 2 second count on the way up, a strong pause and squeeze, and a 2 to 3 second count on the way down. This controlled movement is key to maximizing the effectiveness of the concentration curl. The most common mistake here is lifting too much weight, which will inevitably lead to poor form, such as lifting your elbow off your thigh, or using your body to swing the weight up. This defeats the purpose of the isolation. Another is not achieving a full range of motion. Remember, the goal is pure bicep work. Focus on the quality of each rep, and that intense squeeze at the top. This exercise is excellent for refining bicep shape and building that impressive peak. Perform all reps for one arm before switching to the other. Let's talk about cable curls. The beauty of using cables for bicep curls lies in the constant tension they provide throughout the entire range of motion. Unlike free weights, where the tension can vary depending on the angle of your arm, cables keep your biceps under load from the very start of the lift to the absolute peak contraction and all the way back down. This continuous tension can be a fantastic stimulus for muscle growth and endurance. Plus, cables offer a lot of versatility with different attachments. To perform a standard cable curl, you'll typically use a low pulley station. Attach a straight bar, EZ bar, or even a rope attachment to the cable. Stand facing the cable machine a foot or two away, so there's tension on the cable even in the starting position. Grasp the attachment with an underhand grip about shoulder width apart. Stand tall with your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, core engaged, and shoulders back. Good posture is always key, team. Keeping your elbows tucked in close to your sides and stationary, curl the attachment up towards your shoulders. Focus on squeezing your biceps throughout the movement, especially at the top. Because of the constant tension from the cable, you'll feel your biceps working from the moment you start pulling. Avoid leaning back or using your body weight to swing the attachment up. The movement should be controlled and isolated to the biceps. Exhale as you curl. Once you've reached the peak contraction, hold it for a moment to maximize that bicep squeeze. Then, slowly lower the attachment back to the starting position, resisting the pull of the cable all the way down. Inhale during this eccentric phase. Don't let the weight stack slam down. Maintain control and tension. This controlled negative under constant tension is incredibly effective for building strength and muscle. Aim for a full range of motion, getting a good stretch at the bottom, and a full contraction at the top. One of the great advantages of cable curls is the variety. You can use a rope attachment for a neutral grip curl, which targets the brachialis. You can also do single-arm cable curls for enhanced isolation. Common errors include letting the elbows drift forward, using too much weight leading to body swing, or rushing the repetitions. Focus on smooth, controlled movements and that constant tension. Cable curls are an excellent way to add variety to your bicep routine and stimulate new growth. Now for a unique and highly effective exercise, the Zottman curl. This movement is a bit of a hidden gem, combining a standard dumbbell curl with a reverse curl. This clever combination targets not only your biceps brachii during the concentric phase, but also heavily engages your brachialis and brachioradialis during the eccentric phase. It's an excellent exercise for building both bicep size and forearm thickness and strength. To perform the Zottman curl, stand tall with a dumbbell in each hand, feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, and core engaged. Start with your arms extended by your sides, palms facing forward, just like a standard dumbbell curl. Keep your shoulders back and chest up. This initial setup is crucial for the bicep-focused portion of the lift. Ensure you have a good grip on the dumbbells. Keeping your elbows pinned to your sides, curl the dumbbells up towards your shoulders, just like a regular dumbbell curl. Focus on squeezing your biceps as you lift the weight. Maintain control and avoid using momentum. Once you reach the top of the curl, with your biceps fully contracted, this is where the Zottman magic happens. Pause for a moment at the peak contraction. This upward phase primarily hits the biceps brachii. Now, for the eccentric phase at the top of the movement, rotate your wrists so that your palms are now facing downwards. This is the reverse curl position. With this pronated grip, slowly lower the dumbbells back to the starting position, controlling the descent all the way. This lowering phase with the palms down heavily targets the brachialis and the forearm muscles, especially the brachioradialis. Once your arms are fully extended, rotate your wrists back to the supinated position to begin the next repetition. Common mistakes include rushing the movement, especially the wrist rotation or the lowering phase. The Zottman curl is all about control and deliberate execution. Another error is using too much weight, which can compromise form and put undue stress on the wrist during the rotation. Start with lighter dumbbells to master the coordination. This exercise is fantastic for developing well-rounded arm development, hitting multiple muscle groups in one fluid motion. It's a real test of control and provides a unique stimulus for growth. Alright, let's talk about a phenomenal bodyweight exercise that's incredibly effective for bicep development, the chin-up, specifically with an underhand grip. While many people think of chin-ups as primarily a back exercise, the underhand grip places significant emphasis on the biceps brachii, making it a powerful compound movement for arm growth. Being able to lift your own body weight is a fantastic measure of functional strength, and chin-ups will build serious pulling power. To perform a chin-up, you'll need a sturdy overhead bar. Grip the bar with an underhand grip, about shoulder-width apart. A narrower grip can sometimes place even more emphasis on the biceps. Start from a dead hang, with your arms fully extended and your body straight. Engage your core and glutes to prevent excessive swinging and maintain a stable body position throughout the movement. Your shoulders should be down and back, not hunched up by your ears. Initiate the pull by engaging your biceps and back muscles simultaneously. Think about pulling your elbows down towards your ribs. Pull yourself upwards until your chin clears the bar. Focus on squeezing your biceps hard, especially at the top of the movement. Try to get your chest as close to the bar as possible for a full contraction. Avoid kipping or using momentum from your legs unless you're specifically training that variation. For bicep focus, strict form is paramount. Once your chin is over the bar, slowly lower yourself back down to the starting dead hang position with full control. Don't just drop. This eccentric phase is crucial for building strength and muscle. Aim for a controlled descent, taking at least 2 to 3 seconds. Fully extend your arms at the bottom to ensure a complete range of motion. This controlled negative will really challenge your biceps and contribute significantly to their development. If you're new to chin-ups and find them challenging, don't be discouraged. You can start with assisted chin-ups using a machine or resistance bands to help support some of your body weight. You can also do negative chin-ups where you jump to the top position and focus only on the slow lowering phase. Common mistakes include not going through the full range of motion or using excessive swing. Chin-ups are a true test of upper body strength and a fantastic bicep builder. Last but certainly not least on our list is the reverse curl. This exercise primarily targets the brachialis muscle, which, as we've mentioned, lies underneath your bicep and also significantly works the brachioradialis and other forearm extensor muscles. Developing the brachialis can add substantial thickness to your upper arm, pushing the bicep up and making it appear larger and more impressive. It's also excellent for improving grip strength and balancing out the development of your arm musculature. To perform the reverse curl, you can use a barbell or dumbbells. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, and core engaged. Grip the bar or dumbbells with a pronated grip, meaning your palms are facing downwards. Your hands should be about shoulder-width apart. Let the weight hang at arm's length in front of your thighs. Keep your chest up and shoulders pulled back and down. This overhand grip is what defines the reverse curl. Keeping your elbows tucked in close to your sides and stationary, slowly curl the weight upwards towards your shoulders. The movement should be controlled, focusing on using your brachialis and forearm muscles to lift the weight. Because your biceps are in a mechanically disadvantaged position with this grip, you'll likely need to use significantly less weight than you would for standard bicep curls. That's perfectly normal. The focus here is on isolating those specific muscles, not on lifting heavy. Once you've curled the weight as high as you comfortably can, typically to about shoulder height or when your forearms are nearing vertical, squeeze for a moment, then slowly lower the weight back to the starting position with full control. Resist the weight on the way down, maintaining tension in your forearms and brachialis. Avoid letting your wrists bend excessively upwards or downwards. Try to keep them relatively straight or slightly flexed throughout the movement to protect them and keep the tension on the target muscles. Common mistakes include using too much weight, which leads to swinging or excessive wrist involvement, and letting the elbows flare out. Keep the movement strict and controlled. The reverse curl is not an ego lift, it's a targeted exercise for specific muscle groups. You'll feel a strong pump in your forearms and the lower part of your upper arm. Incorporating reverse curls into your routine is a great way to build more complete and thicker-looking arms, contributing to that overall powerful physique. And there you have it, legends, our top 10 exercises for building bigger, stronger biceps. We've covered a fantastic range from foundational mass builders like the barbell curl and chin-up, to isolation shapers like the preacher curl and concentration curl, and thickness builders like the hammer curl and reverse curl. Each one of these has a unique role to play in developing truly impressive arms. I hope you've picked up some valuable insights and feel ready to tackle your next arm workout with renewed focus and an arsenal of effective techniques. Remember, as with any fitness goal, consistency is absolutely key when it comes to seeing results. You can't just do these exercises once and expect miracles. Incorporate a selection of these movements into your regular training routine, always prioritize proper form over lifting heavy, and aim to progressively increase the weight or reps over time as you get stronger. Also, don't forget the other crucial pieces of the puzzle. Good nutrition to fuel muscle growth, adequate rest and recovery to allow your muscles to repair and build, and listening to your body. We're stoked you joined us today for this bicep deep dive. If you found this video helpful and you're keen to pump up those arms, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below with your favorite bicep exercise or any questions you might have, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on more fitness tips, workouts, and health advice from us. We're here to support you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Train smart, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers!